Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul Young. I'm going to walk you through the Internet of Things where we're at as of September 2025. Here's my agenda. I'll go very high level view through IoT. Most of you are familiar with it, some of the use cases. It's more to give you a bit of perspective where the market's heading, as well as allow you to make some decisions of where your strategy is on IoT. Here's a brief bio about myself. I'm a CPA, CGA with well over 35 years. I've balanced my career between doing accounting, finance roles to doing IT adoption across industry and geography. The goal of my presentation is not to make you an expert, but to give you more of insight. So this presentation is really geared to people having discussions around how IoT will be part of their business strategy and then engaging with the right solution providers and partners. Internet of Things is just really about, in a nutshell, it's just about the use of sensors and how we integrate that sensory data into our metric reporting as part of overall uptime, maintenance, preventive maintenance, etc. as part of our operations. The size of this has grown. This is from 2023, but we are getting up to that. We're seeing 11 to 15 to up to 20% growth depending on where the focus is. Like there's a lot more activity around smart cities, so you're seeing that as well. This kind of gives you where the market's going to head in terms of where it was in 2022 and where we see it in terms of an enterprise by 2030 within 5 years. As you can see, it's grown exponentially over the last it'll double in size or almost triple in size by 2030 where we were in 2022. This gives you an idea in terms of where smart city use cases are, and usually a lot of them are around transit, water levels, emergency preparedness, integrating weather. You're starting to see cities are getting more aggressive in terms of their smart city planning and the use of Internet of Things as part of that core of their strategy. This gives you some of the other IT use cases, especially manufacturing side, energy monitoring, all that. And this is driven a lot from organizations want more insight in terms of their dashboarding and key metric areas of around energy, inventory management, and just other areas of operations. This gives you an example of some applications in specific industries from healthcare industry, manufacturing, just overall the different sectors. So it gives you some insight like in smart grids on the energy side. It talks a bit about inventory management, manufacturing, talks about precision and agricultural that's leading to more and more how we get more efficient product production and crop yields. Here's some of the challenges. IoT security is a big area coverage because if you look at now, we don't always have the right cell tower. Satellites taking the place of that, but it still needs to be rolled out. Scalability in terms of cost and licensing is critical. And just the overall ability to manage the networks and the data flow is part of the dashboard and scorecards, because once you're starting to do with Internet of Things, you're starting to deal with unstructured or semi-structured data. This gives you some of the risks, and we're starting to see this, and I've seen this over the last couple years, where cyber attacks are going after key infrastructure. Hamilton had their site hacked, city of Hamilton, Ontario. I've seen water plants hacked, so there's a lot of issues around how we secure the devices and secure the networks. Summary. In general, this is the first part of it. It's just basically looking at that 5G networks are expanding. Organizations are aligning their digital adoption as well as part of the overall Internet of Things, but security takes the priority around all adoptions, and that's something to watch as you move forward. It's really important to have an IT strategy, IoT strategy, especially when you're starting to deal with locations outside. You're starting to see mines in remote parts of Canada. You're starting to see manufacturing plants elsewhere, so you want to integrate the data as part of doing your overall production planning and dashboards. So you're starting to see more and more climate change. You can debate it, and this presentation isn't about debating what climate change is real or not. It's more about the fact is how do we monitor weather patterns and stuff, and how do they impact our operations. This just gives you an idea around transactions in terms of information and flow and doing things in real time. I won't spend much time on fund management. It relates similar to finance. Edge computing is still in its infancy stages. We're still requiring scalability, and cost is a big issue there. But as it grows out, Internet thing will play a role in that because we want to pull things together in the most efficient, effective manner. So I can add a bit more color on the IoT area, how I've seen it evolved. So I've seen traffic planning done more with cities like New Orleans. Atlanta's big into using Internet of Things around 911 calls. This is all part of their digital footprint, and they're integrating this information because it impacts their integrated planning cycle in terms of how they manage things and locations and costs. These are just key vendors. I'm not going to debate them. It just gives you an idea of them. It's up to you to kind of work with a business partner and a selection team to select the right solution that makes most sense for you as you're building out an IoT solution. IoT itself, when we're starting to do with this, is lighting's a big issue in terms of managing lighting facilities when you're not there. Um, Tracking scope 3 emissions in terms of your supply chain, which is working from manufacturing to distributor to wholesaler to retail. You're managing that. So this gives you an idea of how you want to track visibility into that to give you more insight that you're achieving your metrics. This gives you a Walmart example because Walmart buys a lot of tuna. They want to make sure that it's done in a sustainable way, so they want to track it. This just gives you an idea. Smart cities like New Orleans, what they're doing in terms of transit, traffic flow, and all that is part of looking at how they best move people around to cut, because if you're stuck more in traffic, then you have an issue with emissions. Transit flow is on time to meet your stops and usage. Small, medium-sized companies, like any sort of technology, is a challenge because it's about cost. It's about cost and scaling, and we're starting to see more and more solutions that are becoming more scaled to the medium and small-sized businesses as part of tracking. Adoption 4.0 industry is really embracing IoT as part of its model. Like anything else, I'm big into audit and compliance, so we want to make sure that our IoT solutions are secured. We've got the night oversight with them, and we're starting to see that they're maintained and they're providing the desired result when we do an audit program of the metrics. Data is a challenge, and this is where you really have to look at how we modernize the data in terms of looking like a Databricks solution, Snowflake or something else, and how we integrate that data using business analytic tools as part of our dashboards and scorecards. This tells you why it fails. A lot of cases, business itself pick a wrong solution. It's not scalable. They run into other challenges around broadband. It's really about scaling, rolling out is where the biggest challenge is, and selecting the right solution. Summary, IoT is here to stay. You're just going to see more and more adoption of this, and it'll be integrated into companies' digital footprint in terms of how they automate different aspects of their operation. Plus, they want more visibility in all aspects of their operational cycle. This is how you can get a hold of me. This is my email. I'm also active on LinkedIn. You can Google me. And if I can help you in any way when you're looking through this stuff, I've done a lot of business process changes, and I'm all big into integrating data to drive the best business outcomes.